walked through fire with ashes on his soul. Scars like maps from a story never told. Falling down, but he never stayed low. Found a spark in the night and let it grow. A badge of honor held a line so bold. Fought for peace while the world stayed cold. Now he battles with the mic and a gamepad grip. With love in his heart and fire on his lips. You don't know the way he's carried, or the prayers whispered in the dark. But every stream's a spark of mercy, and every word a healing mark. He's the voice in the chaos, the calm in the storm. A soldier of faith with a heart reborn. Lifting the lost, guiding the weak, turning silence into something that speaks. From the pain he's risen, never lost sight. Now he's shining as a light in the fight. Oh, yeah, a light in the fight. He's more than pixels on a glowing screen. He's a father, a brother living a dream. Once was broken, now he's building bridges. With every stream he's healing the distance. He's got two angels watching from above, and a baby girl soon to fill this world with love. He's not perfect, but he stands so tall, giving hope to the ones who lost it all. He knows the battle's never done, but grace is stronger than a loaded gun. Faith in one hand, truth in the other. A warrior, a streamer, a son, a brother. He's the voice in the chaos, the calm in the storm. A soldier of faith with a heart reborn. Lifting the lost, guiding the weak, turning silence into something that speaks. From the pain he's risen, never lost sight. Now he's shining as a light in the fight. Yeah, he's shining as a light in the fight. So if you're hurting, don't fade away. There's a reason you're breathing today. Hold the line, don't let it go. There's someone out here who knows. You're the voice in the chaos, the calm in the storm. A soldier of faith with a heart reborn. Lifting the lost, guiding the weak, turning silence into something that speaks. From your pain you rise and ignite, shining just like the light in the fight. Walked the fire with ashes on his soul. Scars like maps from a story never told. Falling down, but he never stayed low. Found a spark in the night and let it grow. A badge of honor held a line so bold. Fought for peace while the world stayed.
Hey, what's up, Maffle? What's going on, man? What's going on, everybody? Hey, stop it. Stop it. I just started, mama. My dog freaking instantly. You're talking? I need attention. What's going on, guys? How you been, Maffle? It's been a minute, man. All right. Get in this dev kit. Dive into this beautifousness. All right. I literally didn't go through it. Just gotta love it. Oh, we need to start this. That is way too loud in my ear. Boom. Boom. All right. We're here, man. It's another day. It's Wednesday. Doing our stream, you know. We didn't stream yesterday, primarily because, you know, the wife wanted some time. She wanted to get out the house and do some stuff, and so we did. So that's why I wasn't here yesterday. But we're here now. Every now, you know, that's why I kind of don't have a schedule. It's kind of one of those things, like I am going to stream every single day as much as I can, and the only times I won't stream is if the wife wants to get out the house, or we have doctor's appointments. That's pretty much only reasons why I won't be live. Busy as always. It has been a hot minute since we last talked. I'm working on a new logo. Yeah, it has been a hot minute for sure. Ooh, new logo though. I like new logos. You're definitely gonna have to share that with the crew. See what all you got going on, man. That's for sure. I'm kind of interested in new logo. I see that you're also doing some updates for Anunnaki, changing some things and everything like that. That's awesome, man. Oh my god, my hitches, bro. I keep forgetting, like, opening up the test map, the more I add, it's gonna take longer to open this up. I always forget that thing. That's a thing. Oh, you haven't seen anything. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? New dinos, new bosses, balance changes, and much more. Yeah, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. I was supposed to be playing. I still have to finish your video as a review, to review like how the mod was when I finished it, to give you my opinions on how things could be better. But I think with your new changes and stuff, you're already in the process of these, like the things I'm probably going to list off. But I plan on doing that, doing the recordings. I want to say Monday or Tuesday next week, because I'm going to be having Monday and Tuesday off. So I'm probably going to record on Monday and try to edit everything that same day and get it scheduled to post, because I got a lot of videos to do. I got to do your Anunnaki Ascended review video. I got to continue my Extinction Core playthrough, and I got some Ark DevKit videos that I want to create real quick that I don't believe I've created just yet, and some things that I've it's like little helpful tips of how to use like certain files people have created. That's phenomenal though. How you doing, Farron? Farron. I can't words, man. Can't names either. So apologies if I butcher your fucking YouTube name. Apologies. Gotta go through all these hitches, bro. Only thing I never liked about the update for 5.5 is the hitches don't stop. Like, it's insane. Like right now, like if I go into GCM, dude, you always have that hitch for like getting all the Ingrams and shit. But then normally back before the 5.5, everything was already loaded, like it was already pre-cached, like you're good. But not anymore. No. What is this? Oh, this is what I worked on last time. You want to see my new dinos? Yeah, no worries, man. I'm waiting for your feedback and see what I can do to improve the mod. Yes. Next week, man. Next week. I already have it. I already have like everything out and written down. Which reminds me. You want to see my big bag of Jolly Ranchers? My work crack. It's my work drug right there. Okay, I need to write down. I need to write this down real quick, so I'm gonna forget halfway through this. Oh well, this page is. Oh, that's fucked. All right. I don't have enough screens, dude. I would like to see your awesomeness. Yeah, I will show you in a second. I need to write down like everything I have to do for these dinos. So, character status component, dino drop, inventory component, dino change, inventory component, dino settings, corpse. Oh my gosh, dude, why is this a commercial? Only thing I don't like is commercials on YouTube. Infinity, what's up, big dog? Corpse targeting. team. AI controller for certain dinos. Melee damage 15. Damage type name dino name tag. Oh crap, I just realized what I have to go back and do. Son of a bitch. Egg Bert. Jesus, I forgot all about the fertilized egg for half these dinos, bro. Oh Jesus. Remove wild babies. Alright, that should be all the things I have to do. I have to go back through all these dinos now. But I will show you. Oh, actually, let me just do this. Let's just do this. Alright. No worries. Doing alright. Just chilling before continuing your overhaul. Found a void Anki finally, but my friend got it killed within 10 minutes of taming it, bro. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that's such an Ark thing, bro. You tame something and it dies in like within like the first 10 minutes of having it. Oh, you're not gonna like this new mod. If you're having that much of a crazy starting with Primordial, oh, this new mod's gonna kick your ass. And you can check out the new dinos that are coming, bro. All right. So let's go into GCN before I die. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a choice. For those who haven't seen the new dinos I'm working on right now for this new overhaul, we got the Titanoboa, Bigfoot, Beaver, Anki, Baryonyx, and Aloe. We have the Archa, and we have an anglerfish. Which one do y'all want to see? Which dino do you want to see? Since y'all haven't seen, if you haven't seen these dinos yet, which one do you want to see? Just one dino. Show me. I will show you whichever one you want me to show you. Everything. All right, screw it. So we'll do. There's the boa. Oh Jesus. El Bigfoot. Let's do beaver. Hinkley. Berry. Yes, ma'am. Here's what? There's the aloe. There's the archer. I think that's everything. That's not everything.
Hey Dad, can the guys stay for dinner?
Here's the argent. That is not the argent. Where's the argent? Birdie, we need you. Yeah, outside of the, I can't spawn the anglerfish in because, woo, that's loud. Oh my lord, that is loud. Jesus, good gracious. We do not need the dev kit that loud, brother. That was loud in my ears. I know that's gonna be loud in y'all's. Well, welcome to these dinos. This is what we have so far. This is the Echo tier. Yeah, RG, everything. We're redoing the high majority of vanilla dinos. So this is the Echo tier. They are ethereal. You can still see the feathers and their skin, like the skin wrinkles and stuff. They are all going to remap. Where was this? Oh my gosh, I've been looking for these forever.
I saw the red tag.
My wife found the dog tags that I have. That's awesome. I thought we lost these hoes. This is... Sorry, my ADD has distracted me. Now I'm trying to untangle them hoes. Hold on, I got it. Hold on, I got it. Thank you. So these are the Echo tier. I'm going to do that later. So these dinos will replace all vanilla dinos. These are going to be the new base dinos of the overhaul. So like, and what I mean by that is these are remaps. These are not going to be piggyback system or spawn container systems. These will replace vanilla versions. So like my overhaul will not be compatible. This overhaul will not be compatible with any overhaul. But we got a new material, of course. So we got the ethereal material. But thanks to Slush, we have a file that allows us to adjust the brightness of the emissive. So during the day, you can actually see the brightness of them and they're not dull. And during the night, they're not overpoweringly bright. But these guys are going to be weaker than vanillas. They're going to have the stats of raptors. So vanilla raptor stats. And they're only going to have a base of 15 melee. They're supposed to be weaker than normal, or in this case for like the Archer, because it's a tiny little dino, it'll be a little bit stronger than its vanilla counterpart. But these are the base for the 12 different evolutionary paths we're going to make for them. There's going to be a lot of dinos. It's going to be chaos, and it's a big it's a lot. It's a big massive undertaking for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of dinos like that. I'm thinking I won't, as much as I would like to make like certain dinos rideable, like the Archas or the Titan Boas, we might not make them rideable. We might end up just making them only have like specific evolutionary path based on their the fact that you can't ride them. Or I may change my mind later on and be like, you know what, we're gonna make rideable versions for everything. It's a lot. There's a lot, but these are what we got so far. And they have a slowing effect, so you can't, so if they hit you and you try to run, you got 15 seconds of slowed. Oh, you're good, man. Yeah, so these dinos, ooh, I'm liking this, dude. I'm liking the logo. Liking the logo. But these are the new base ones. I might end up removing like unrideable dinos, honestly. So like the Titan Boa may end up getting deleted. The Archer may end up getting deleted, only because like, now that I'm thinking about it, evolutionary paths for dinos like that, I'd have to make them rideable, and that means I'd have to make a new skeletal mesh with a rider socket on it. And that adding a whole new skeletal mesh inside of a freaking mod file is going to be what's it called? It's gonna make the mod like bulkier. I really am trying to avoid that. So I think I'm actually gonna delete that. Yeah, so if the dino's not rideable, I'm not even gonna worry about it, honestly. If I do, let's put it this way. If I do decide to take dinos that are normally not rideable and make them rideable, like the Shinehorn, Bulb Dog, the Glowtail, the Titan Boa, the Archer, Dodo, and stuff like that, I would end up making it its own little like miscellaneous tier just for funsies. Because it's, a lot of PvE players like to do that, like tame dinos that are not normally rideable and ride them around because they just love how they look or whatever. So I'm thinking I'll probably do that just to make like a fun little tier. But this mod is essentially going to be, it's going to have a balance for PvP, but it's also going to have a lot of PvE aspects, of course. But it's one of those things like PvP is the highlight of this mod of how balanced it will be for it. I wish they gave us the option to add rider sockets on unrideable dinos without having to create a skeletal mesh. See, I think it is possible. But I'm not good at graphing. So without, I guess you could say, without being able to yeah, it's gonna have to code it and graph it to where you'd have to access the skeletal mesh, access a specific bone to then add the socket to that bone, and then you would have to play with the numbers in the graph to adjust the rider socket's position, the rotation, the size, and everything like that. That's the only thing that, but I know it's possible. I know it's possible because when I was creating Primordial Unleashed, I was trying to, what did I just do? I was trying to figure it out at that time. Like, how do I make an unwritable dino writable? And the modding community in the Ark modding Discord told me, where's the textures? They told me that you can graph it. What the fuck? Wait, does this guy have? I guess I'm gonna have to look at this. I think the cartridge has 2 different materials on it. But yeah, there's a way to graph it, and that's how they said you could do it, or you can just make it the new skeletal mesh. And I am if I can learn how to graph it, I will take every single option that I don't have to add more skeletal meshes to my mod, so it leaves my mod open to be like, I got a custom skeletal mesh from like Fab, and I can utilize that and everything in the dev kit in my mod, and allow those to be the bulk of the mod rather than having like the armor skeletal meshes or dino skeletal meshes and weapon skeletal meshes being too bulky. You know what I mean? Okay, now this guy has 2 normals in his textures, and I gotta figure out, does he have 2 materials on his body like a Rex? I'm so confused. I thought the Rex was the only one that used 2, and the Anki had 2 materials for the body. That could be. Maybe I just haven't messed with this guy in a little bit. Yeah, he does have 2. Okay. Copy. This one. Okay, I'd use that one, so I need this one. Save. Why does he have 2? Is this... There's that... Oh, he just has 2 different ones, I guess? So... What? Did I bring that home? I don't think so. I don't think I brought it home. Oh well. That works. Nice. Okay. Echo I. Now I gotta fix the graphing in this guy and see what errors are gonna pop up for me now. Right here. Go here. Okay, so what do we got? He's casting from here. Cast to echo car. And so this needs to go here. This goes here. And this goes here. This. That should be done. Sweet. Got it. How you balance the resistance for your dinos? So what I plan on doing, actually I think I already did it. Right here. I already made my master component for these dinos, for the Echo dinos. just so I have a standard resistance for them right now. So these dinos only have these 4 damage types in its dino settings for damage type adjusters. The damage type, primal damage type, shooter damage type, and silent damage. And now they're all set to 1, which means essentially they are taking the default damage from anything and everything. So this, by doing this and utilizing this dino setting as the, the blueprint, I guess you could call it, for the rest of the dinos and especially bosses, all I have to do is lower the number. The lower the number, the less damage they take from those damage types. This makes it to where, oh my, this, hey, enough. This will make it and allow me to, so if, I mean, how do I word this? If there are mods out there that add like custom weapons, custom turrets, custom projectiles, and stuff like that, anything that has anything custom, especially damage types, no matter what mod it is, and even if it's an overpowered weapons mod, by only taking these 4 damage types, which are the base damage types for everything that anybody creates, doesn't matter if it's modded or vanilla, these still will take reduced damage from them. So this allows me to where primal damage type is the dino, shooter damage type is normally like projectile, silent damage type, just a regular damage type. This covers all my bases. This is my resistance template right here. Rather than going through and being like, okay, I want, let's type in damage type. I want this to be resistance to, let me do this, damage to say, here's, let's see, let's get a real damage type in it, like explosions. I want it to be resistance against cannons. I would just choose the, the correct damage type for those cannons. Or you have resistance for flamethrower, you have resistance for all different types of shit, right? For dino melee damage and all this crap. But they all are coming from these bases, from these base damage types. So by adding these base damage adjusters into the dino settings, and only these, because I deleted all the vanilla ones, this allows me to control no matter what damage is coming in, even armor piercing damage, these will still reduce that incoming damage on the dino in general. So by what this means is when the evolutionary event, if you're going to make bosses that take specific damage types from specific sort, how does one set it up? It's in the dino settings, man. So if you want your boss to be to only take damage by a specific, say, let's put this in an example for Anunnaki Ascended, right? You have elemental dinos. If you want that boss to only take damage from that specific dino, you would need to ensure that that tier of dino has a specific damage type in its dino BP. So you would have to go like, so for the Karcha, what I'm going to end up doing, if I type in damage type, right? Let me open this up. These are the different damage types that the Karcha uses, right? So for your dinos, for any normal dino, you would end up changing, the damage type to your own custom damage type. And now say you have a fire boss and you want your water tier dino to be the only dino that does damage to it. Well, if you created your own water damage type for those dinos, however you would do it, which is literally just saying, hey, these dinos you're pretty much just telling the system, this damage type is the only damage type to damage this dino. So essentially you come into your dino settings that is on your boss, right? You go to, you'll have base damage type adjusters and extra damage type adjusters. They will always have the vanilla stuff. What's up, baby? You okay? What are you doing? You can't just come over here and steal my phone. Mom. Oh, she's taking pictures. All right. So you'll always have you'll always have these set up already in a dino setting, vanilla. If you delete all of them and just do the base damage type adjusters, right? You come in here, you can create a new element and set the damage type class to that specific dino's damage type. So in this case, if you have a fire boss and you want the water dinos, yeah, of course. Say you have a fire boss, right? And you want the water dinos to be the only things to damage it, you would need to add the water dino damage type right here, and then lower, then you can increase the damage or decrease the damage. By doing that, you're telling the game this damage type is the only thing that can damage this specific dino that has these settings. You know what I mean? What's up, Giz?
What's good, me?
Not much, man.
I'd quickly drop in and quickly show you the animation workflow.
What?
Got a bit of time if you want.
Just rip them out the ground. Okay, hold on. Give me a second, everybody. Give me a second. All right. But yes, that's how you would do specific damage to specific bosses. What's up, Giz? What were you saying?
I can quickly run you through if you want.
Oh, I'm good right now, brother. If you try to teach me some new stuff, I got too much on my plate already. I ain't worried about that shit for animations. I got a lot to do, man. Got a lot to do. Well, what you been up to outside of trying to teach me some stuff?
I'm working on symbols right now for custom food.
Oh, okay. That's not what I wanted to do. I told myself I gotta freaking get like as many dinos made to like
That's
get as
a cool
much.
car.
Do what?
That's a cool car.
Oh, thank you. I gotta get as much of these dinos made. Like I gotta get as much work done as I can, because it's September 10th. Man, I got until October 10th. October 9th will probably be the last day I mod on stream, because then freaking Battlefield comes out and I'll be on that damn thing.
I think I got Borderlands tomorrow.
Oof, Borderlands, Jesus. Echo, Archa.
And I brought my whole PC to my sister's house. I'm dog sitting at the moment.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's awesome.
Just
I
so I
would have
can
done the same
continue
thing.
modding.
I would have done the same thing, dude. I'd be like, hey, I gotta bring this stuff over. Sorry. Character
I
status.
don't drive either, so I'm like phoning everyone. Yo, can someone give me a lift? Yeah, sure. Yo, I'm bringing the whole PC.
Damn, the Karcher has a long name, bro. Jesus. Karchar. You know what? I'm not even gonna let that whole name be in the description. Screw that. I don't name tag. Jesus. Echo. That is not how you spell Echo. Jesus. Come on. All right, so what do I need? Oh crap! All right, so I did that. I need to add in the tamed inventory. Echo. Dino setting. Toys.
Well, she threw one on the floor, then came out here to grab the other one to put it on the bed, and left one on the floor.
That sounds like our girls. Targeting team. It's already set to that. AI controller. Oh, I gotta leave it for the. Damn it. Are the cartridges aggressive?
Yeah.
They do be, but they have that special taming mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta put the babies down in front of them and put
That's
them munching
right.
them.
That's right. That's right. All right. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna make the. Don't. No, I just leave. Crap. No, I'm gonna have to disable it. Corpse.
I couldn't imagine trying to ungraft that.
Oh, there's no ungraphing. It's actually if you just delete not delete, but break the graph pin, break the line.
Okay, yeah.
That's all you really got to do. It's just setting it up it's one of those you just have to ensure that any graphs that are there for taming or corpses or whatever the mechanic is, that's all you have to make sure.
And I just finished graphing taming mechanics for the gorilla.
Nice.
That wasn't too bad though. I went with something simple. Just a normal passive tame, apart from it gets pissed off at you when you feed it. And it'll chase you for like a minute.
What does it say?
Or it'll calm itself down.
Oh no, I can delete that. Do that. Okay, so that should be all I need to do for that. All right. What does it mean by dino name tag? So essentially, if anybody knows like how to create servers, like if you've ever messed with server settings, Wildcard has INI config for the game INI when it comes to dinos, allowing the server owners to adjust dino spawns. And from what I understand, because I don't think certain people told me the correct thing back in the day in ASC, actually I can show you more than just fucking just say it. Let me show you. That's not what I wanted. There it goes. Oh my god. Advertisements on everything. Ingrams. Overrides. Right here. So you have the dino spawn weight multipliers that you can add into servers, right? Well, it actually tells you that when you are creating this, you are actually supposed to be using its dino name tag. Okay? What ends up normally happening though is, as a modder, a lot of old modders and veteran modders who made overhaul mods, this dino name tag is always the vanilla name tag, which means that if you ever in the past and even now created as a server owner, use this template to adjust vanilla spawns, you're also adjusting modded dino spawns because they use the same dino name tag. But what ends up happening, and which I will have to fix for my own mod probably in the future, this right here where I have the dino name tag for the custom spawns for Primordial Unleashed, this is what I was told to use back in the day to adjust spawns. But in reality, I don't think this actually works. I think
Most people use Beacon for servers.
Right. But see, what doesn't make sense is that for these dino spawn weight multipliers, if by adding the entire character BP name, I don't think it's actually adjusting because of the way Wildcard designed it to be set up. It requires just the dino name tag, and all vanilla dinos have a specific dino name tag within them. So for this Karcha, it was only Karcha. So because of that, if I made this like my Echo Karcha, if I kept the same dino name tag as Wildcard had, my dinos spawn weight multipliers could be adjusted just by using the vanilla name tag. No, the dino name tag does not control the saddle. That's actually a different tag. To control the saddle is called the custom. It's called the not custom name tag. It's called the custom tag. The custom tag right here is what controls whether or not your dino can utilize a vanilla saddle or the modded saddle.
So what can be equipped?
Yeah.
What can be equipped?
Exactly. That's what controls whether or not it can use a specific saddle or vanilla or whatever. So it's two different tags. So the dino name tag isn't going to touch saddles at all. The custom tag will. The dino name tag is specifically there to for the dino spawn weight multipliers for that Wildcard has for I that you can change. So by me changing that within the Dino BP, now I'm making it easier for server owners to specifically adjust the spawns to what they want rather than using the spawns I set or whatever vanilla might have as well. Because since these dinos are going to be remapped, so that's essentially what it's going to happen. Does that make sense for everybody? Oh, I need to do this. Do this. Crap. Need to open up another one because I forgot. Copy this one. Poor Karcha is going to be weaker than normal. It's so sad for now. That's going to be funny to watch people. Why is this thing doing shit damage? Melee damage.
I don't mind.
Well, look at its base melee damage, bro. For a bite is set to 528. What people like, people are gonna start realizing this Karcha is weak as shit. Karcha tail swipe. Oh, I don't need that one.
That's
Melee
something I've not
default?
set yet.
What the fuck? What is a Karcha melee default? The hell? I didn't know the dino tags can control spawn configs. Yes. I did a lot of research and trying to figure out why when I had the custom, when I set up the primordial custom spawn weight codes with that I config wildcard gave and create and said, hey, this is what you need if you want to adjust the spawns. When I did it, nothing changed. Nothing fucking changed at all. I couldn't control it. But if you had that same config set up for vanilla, the way that Wildcard wanted it, you can adjust the spawns because they all have that vanilla dino name tag, which was retarded because I had other server owners and I had mod devs back in the day in ASE saying, no, this is what you need to adjust the spawn weights. In reality, they were wrong. So not only it can control the dino baby setups and saddles, it does spawns. Yeah, it does spawns. Yeah. That dino name tag, the custom tag does a lot. The dino name tag can do a lot. It's a manner of they have different functionalities and uses within I config's wildcard setup altogether. Okay. Oh, I need to do this one set. This is this. Okay, this is for the apex drop, and then this is just this. But for what I'm doing, all my dinos are pretty much going to be using vanilla saddles. But the idea is I'm going to have a loot system for this mod that I'm going to have Slushy create. And I got to, since I'm going to make it, I'm not making any saddles because I am not making that many fucking saddles. I'm sorry. That is not happening. You're out of your godforsaken mind, you think I'm gonna make thousands of saddles, because that's a lot of primal item files as well.
That once you actually make, like, even if you want the normal look, eventually you sit there and I could do a custom. Ooh, that's painful.
Yeah. So one of the things that I decided was I will use vanilla saddles for every single dino that I create. But what's going to make it interesting is, oh gosh, I know how difficult it is to find decent saddles in vanilla. Like, I remember that crap. And being that that's a pain in the butt, I'm gonna make it to where every single dino drops a random ass quality of blueprint for the saddle, for their vanilla saddle. Yeah, dude, the amount of saddles you make for custom dino overhaul mods is insane, and it gets tedious and stupid.
What I've done for my saddle. Most of the dinos in my pack have alpha variants.
Yeah.
The alphas will drop EPs.
Yep. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I needed to add a
Because I know
word
it.
in there.
It is. You're looking for that Pacific saddle.
Yeah, it's always hard, you know, when you're trying for dino overhaul mods. Like, you never find good saddles unless the modder put it into dino death drops or into some type of drop or some shit.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want, so I'm gonna make it where, okay, you gonna get, you want good saddles, I got you. We're gonna set it up this way. I'm just like, I'm that type of person. As much as I want there to be some type of balance, I also want people to not have to go through the tedious process of always having to log into a server every single day and go drop hunting and pray to God they find the drops if the server owner never changed the vanilla shit. You know what I mean? I'll be doing both dino drops and supply drops so people don't have to find good quality saddles in caves and shit. Yes, I'll be doing the same thing. I plan on recreating every single vanilla supply drop to specifically work for this mod, especially for any server. Now, if it's a modded map that isn't a DLC, like Astraeus, I'm just, I can't do nothing about that. If they have custom drops and shit. How do you set up your custom quality saddle or weapon? I can show you actually. I planned on making some tools today. So I had to step away for a few. For the saddles, an idea would be an upgrade bench of sorts that could add buffs and stats to the vanilla. So that is an actual good idea, but that gives way too many exploits of breaking. So instead of doing a upgrade style bench for that sort of thing, I'm going to be because this mod is, I'm working in tandem with Slushy and EJ to create this mod, hopeful premium mod. We're going to create a loot system that will add randomized unique stats and buffs to weapons, saddles, and armor. To just be randomized, and then there will be, of course, armor sets type of things. You'll have the saddles having buffs and stuff, and that's the easiest method to make it a balance across the board, because as I said before, this mod is going to be balanced specifically for PvP while having all the PvE aspects as well. So PvP servers can actually have a proper gameplay style that doesn't basically make it so overpowered to where I just need to get this one dino and I can destroy everything type of thing.
A lot easier to say than actually do, though, a lot of the time.
Say again?
A lot easier to say than do half the time.
Yes, but it's, if you think about it, balance always comes from how everything is created. So in this case, most people know the Karcha, the Giga are the go-to tames in a Dino Overhaul mod if they exist, right?
Yep.
If they don't exist, you look at the entire dino listing. Okay, what dinos are in every single tier? Because if the mod developer just changes the name, changes the look, and that's it, then you can already know in the back of your head, well, vanilla, this dino was the strongest. So if that's all they changed and they just added multipliers to their melee damage, that dino is going to be the same. So it's going to be the meta dinos from vanilla are going to be the meta dinos in Dino Overhaul mods. So one of the things I did differently compared to any other Dino Overhaul was I changed the base melee damage, which you see in the Karcha that I changed. I changed that for every single dino in every single tier. I didn't give a shit if the Raptor only had 20 something melee damage by default and the Rex had 46. I made every single dino match across the board. Same with the dino character status component. I made all their stats match across every single dino to where there is no such thing as a meta dino. You could get a Raptor and have the same damage as a Rex or a Karcha or a Giga. You know what I mean? Or hell, even a Dodo Rex. They will all have the same damage if it's in that same tier. That's where the balance comes in. The same for dino resistance. If you have the dino settings set up as a master for every single dino, you can adjust the damage resistance for that entire tier since they're all using that same dino settings. And that's pretty much what I'm doing to make sure there's balance.
Up how we all have different approaches.
Oh yeah, there's all different types of approaches on how you're going to do it for balancing.
I'll look at the mods I use personally, and then I'll try and balance through that. Okay, this would be this kind of level. This would be this kind of level.
Mm-hmm. Like there's so much. There's so much. There's so many.
I know paleo is roughly 10% above a vanilla. Every stat is 10% above paleo. They do 10% above.
Oh, okay.
So, say the health 400 level 1. They would just add 10%. And then that's where they work off of.
Yeah. Okay.
In their Discord. So that's how I kind of work mine out. But that's because it's one of the main mods my group of people kind of use.
Yeah.
That was they're always going to go for the ones that, if they want that kind of dino, that are more powerful.
Oh yeah, every person that plays, doesn't matter PvP or PvE, they always want to go for that dino that is the most powerful because they just want to murder everything. There's nothing wrong with that. But now, yes, ma'am.
But yeah, the way you got.
Watch out, stuff. Watch out. Come on. Switching. There's. Go. Oh, that's too low. All right. But yeah, everybody likes to murder shit in Ark. But now I'm the way I do it, I'm making it to where you can get a dodo and start murdering stuff. Get a dodo army and just take them on a murder spree throughout the forest.
I don't. I've been tempted to make a rideable dodo recently.
Ah, dude, rideable dodos are so much fun. I need to learn how to graph it. So graphing like how to make a dodo rideable, because I want to try to avoid adding any type of skeletal mesh that is a dino, because of how bulky it makes the mod file. So
Okay.
I just got to learn how to graph it. I don't know how to do it, but there is a method of doing it. If the saddle, armor, etc. have set random stats and buffs from the finding it, will they still work with traits, or would they be incorporated vanilla traits from extinction? Yeah, everything, all the vanilla stuff that wildcard added would still work. The loot system is just going to be adding to what's already existing. So it just stack upon stack type of thing. And the idea being for the loot system being that if we can get it to work based on the quality of, say, the armor piece, that will determine how many stats or buffs or cool abilities or unique abilities will be attached to them. That's my idea with the loot system. So you might get, as a primitive tool, weapon, or armor, you're not going to have anything attached to it. You're just going to have the basic, here's the melee damage, here's the melee damage percentage, here's the durability percentage, and stuff and things. But if you have a ramshackle, you may get one random stat or buff, compared to an ascendant having maybe 5 or 6. You know what I mean? Just to throw that out there. That's the idea behind it. So if you have vanilla traits from Extinction that wildcard added, those would still exist. It's just like the dinos. We can, no matter how many dinos we make as modders, you're still going to have those traits there. Like, those traits don't go away. It's hard coded into everything. There's probably a way to like not really delete it, but what's it called? Turn it off. But I don't think anybody's really going to do that. Okay, I needed to go back because I needed to do overwritten. Okay, that is deleted. Now I need to do egg. I forgot to give this thing eggs. Okay, so we're just gonna give it fertilized egg. Primal. What is it? Primal auto consumable. Underscore. Go. Hello. Underscore fruit egg. If I have a custom quality weapon, how can I set it to drop once I kill a higher tier dino? Custom quality weapon. So you're asking. So let me get this. Let me get it straight in my head. So you're wondering how. Yeah, so. Oh crap, hold on. Hello. There's that. Right here. Egg alerts. Echo. So. Egg alert dinos aggro tag. What? Aggro dino ag. Nope. No, it's probably gonna go based off the dino name tag. Interesting. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Let me make a tool. Oh no, sorry. So actually, in the Dino BP, I don't even have to get a item for this. If you go to death, you have a lot of death options, right? Well, you have, where is it? It's called right here. So you have, it's called death, give, right here. So you have different things. You have give item class or classes, right? So you can add your weapon, armor, whatever right here. You just create a new element, add the primal item right here, and then you have this. If you want it to be a blueprint, death give item chance to be blueprint. You give, you set the percentage so it's randomized between a blueprint or the actual item. You have the item minimum quality, you have the item maximum quality, and that's it. So if you want your say I have this aloe. I want the aloe to drop its saddle blueprint. I add the saddle BP right here, and to give item classes, if I want to do it this method, and then I set the chance for how, if I want it to be to drop a blueprint, and then I set, I play with the death give item min and maximum quality. What I'm doing, because I want to also add in the randomization of weapons, armor, and tools for the specific tiers, because I have 10 tiers for the resources that are going to be utilized throughout all these dinos. I'm going to make it a death drop inventory. So whenever you kill the dino, rather than it giving it to you in your inventory, because that's pretty much what this is going to do. It's going to give the item to you directly, or give the blueprint to you directly whenever you kill the dino. This method will, in the dino death inventory component, which is basically your loot item set. This right here will give it in the inventory of the dino when it's dead. And this is where you would set like all your items, your min and max quantity. You have your quality, min and max. You have quality power. So there's a lot of different things you could apply here, and you can have a chance for blueprint override, like so many things. And in your death inventory, you just set how many sets you want this to basically drop. And what that means is it's going to look through here, and it's going to basically choose this one item set, which is the same across the board, and you'll get so many items. So since you can have a max of 6, well, now you have, 6, 12, 18. You could have up to 18 items drop from the dino type of thing. So it's like you have a lot more control and customization. Excuse me. You have a lot of control and customization. And if you do the death give item classes, you have to keep in mind that however many people are in the vicinity of the kill, which is basically right here, the death give item range, you can set that to whatever you want. If you keep it at the default range, anybody within that vicinity will get the item. It's not going to be just specifically targeted to the person who made the kill. So you have to keep that in mind if you do the death give item classes. I suggest going through the process of setting up your dino death inventory component and creating your loot item set, and setting everything up through here, and using the vanilla loot item set as your template to figure out how you want to set it up, and do it this way, because then this makes it to where if you kill the dino, it's possibly going to be in its inventory, and you won't have to worry about somebody just riding a dino by or anything like that, getting a free item or blueprint from all the hard work you did.
Sharing is caring.
What's up?
Sharing is caring.
Yeah. Fucking, I don't know how many times I've played a mod and freaking get random blueprints and random items from kills that I never did. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Way too many times.
Like, I understand the concept behind it, but then I'm like, bruh, there's a better way to go about this. Should I do material? Let me see. I think I'll just do this for myself. Probably just do it for these dinos. If I copy this here, rename, let's just Add echo at the end of it. Item material parent icon. What the frick? Okay, maybe not that way. What in the Jesus am I messing with right now? That's what I was looking for. I don't need the icon. That's what I was looking for. I need this. Have to go, but I can't wait to see what you have planned. Hope to catch you stream. Hey, yeah, bro. I appreciate you stopping by and being able to talk with us for a little while. You have a good one. This is what I need. The dino egg colorizer.
Most have to jump.
You heading out too?
I'll get this dog ready to get taken out.
All right, man. You take it easy, bro.
I'll pull the stream up.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good, man. All right. So this is the
Okay.
inner. So can I do this? Yeah. And then this color for this one. Beautiful. That is actually beautiful. Oh my God. Save, please. Lord Jeebus, hello. Oh my God, it's having a stroke. My dev kit's having a stroke. Babe, my dev kit's having a stroke. I made my dev kit have a stroke. All right. Sweet. So that's that. So I can compile this. Do this. Oh, this. I need to do the egg. Where's the egg? Did I change this? No, I did not. Skipping steps. There we go. Oh, schnapola. Forgot one more fucking master setting. God bless. I forgot one more master component. Yeah. I need this. The death harvesting component. All right. What is this? Dino death harvesting component. Echo. All right. What do we have? Okay, I'm not worried about damage entries, base harvest resources.
Welcome everyone. PetSmart Kitchen has given us the opportunity to share just how important and easy it is to feed our dogs the best raw
Keratin.
ingredients with Stella and Chewy's.
Yeah, with Stella and Chewy's, do full meals and
All right,
toppers
so
with
we're
clear
gonna
taste
go
too.
ahead
It's raw
and
foods, gently freeze-dried to lock
we'll
in the
keep that
nutrients and
there.
flavor without needing refrigeration.
That's so convenient.
So what do we
Stop
have?
by PetSmart with your dog to find Stella and Chewy's recipes.
Why is the... Okay, let me just get rid of that. All right. So we have... Shoot. Yeah, we'll keep the regular hide there. Raw meat. Raw prime meat. And we'll keep the keratin. But then... we'll duplicate the keratin. And make it... whisper bone. And then... we'll duplicate the hide and make this whisper skin. Raw meat, we'll duplicate this. Whisper. I need it to be blood. And then you still have everything from this. That and the so oh, okay, that's what I needed to add. That's right. Okay. Then death, give item classes, whisper soul. And we'll make the range about 3000. Set this here. And boom. We got it. so now that's all done. Come on. There it goes. Cheat GCM. Let's go ahead and spawn in this. Oh, lag. Oh, thank you. Well, you can keep it there. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So it gave. Yeah, but I'm fine for now. All right, so I need to do this. I need to go back. Oh crap. To here. Open these. Why did it give me 15? I didn't need 15. I need 1. 1. That's why. All right. Set this to 1. Do, 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 do. You know what's gonna be funny though is when people realize they have to kill these dinos before they can even tame them. That's gonna be funny. Okay, there's all that. Skin should actually be set up correctly. Nope, not set up correctly, not at all. Why is they set to freaking 15, man? I think that's overpowered if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta freaking test some stuff. DCM. Here. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna make a hatchet. Oh, excuse me. All right. Metal hatchet. Well, actually, it's not. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, where's the bone though? Why isn't that? I only got 1 keratin from that, 1 raw meat. Okay, so we're gonna have to change that though. Master component, harvesting. Where's the bone? That's keratin. Whisper bone. Okay, we're gonna change this entry weight for that. To match. Oh shit. To match that. I'm gonna change the keratin to be that as well. Okay, so that should. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna spawn in 2 of these guys. Don't you eat the body, damn it. Alright, hatchet. Pick. Oh, come on, textures. Come on, textures. Come on. Don't be like this. Come on. Thank you. Alright, let's hit one. Alright, so we got... Okay, that's good. So if we got that, so let's see what we get from a hatchet. That didn't work as I thought it would. So let's do this thing. Let's do it this way. We're going to delete this one, delete this one. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to make this keratin. And then we're going to make this one whisper bone. I didn't spell that right. Oh, the beauty of testing stuff to make it to how you want it. Stop it. All right. Hatchet. Oh, hatchet. There we go. That's better. That's a lot better. That's how I wanted it to be. Okay. Sweet. We got that set up. So I did the egg. Remove all babies I needed to do. Dino death. Oh shit. Yeah, dino death harvesting component. Okay. So that's what I just need to do. So anglerfish. Okay, actually, hold on, sorry. Too many files. So the soul was the only one I needed to change. All the other ones, just leave it how they are. Perfect. Not perfect. Oh, good Jesus, I just realized something. I gotta go back through here. Go through all these. Because if the quantity is not set to 1, it's going to be overpowered when they craft the items. All right, 1. Yep, I knew it. Okay, actually, yeah. Quantity 1. I want this to be not so broken. I can't wait till like get to the point to where I can start making structures. I wanted to do dinos first this time. I normally made the structures and items and resources before dinos. Dinos were always the last thing. But I figured since I need to get the base dinos made, I was just gonna make them first. Okay. This. All right, there, that's done. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Ah, man. All right, making some progress today. We still got a lot to do. If we can get the base dino set up, then we have all the files needed, like, to make the next stuff and things. I gotta talk with Slush later today and give him a more detailed description of how the loot system, how to try to make the loot system and how it will work. Because like I'm not, my names for my files aren't standard when it comes to Ark. Yes, ma'am. Hey, come on. Like my names aren't standard because I'm doing a acronym, like PIR is Primal Item Resource. So if we want, oh hush, Athena. So if I want this loot system to truly be able to detect, like to be able to access different items and do certain things, I'll need to ensure that the graph looks for primal item, primal item armor, primal item saddle, primal item weapon, primal item tool, while also looking for my acronyms, PIR. Stop it, Athena. Stop. I know you want attention. Stop. It has to look for all the vanilla terminology for the files, but also my file name specifically. So it works on my items and vanilla items, and so you don't have to just use my items type of thing for the loot system. It can be vanilla. You can get some cool vanilla stuff as well. All right, just got to fix all these resources before I continue on fixing the dinos and finish setting them all up that I've made so far. Because your boy forgot a few things. I think the last thing I will do for like when I get a lot of the other stuff done is icons. Icons will be literally the last thing I do, honestly. Oh, what is going on? Why didn't get that one done? Do this. That would be me. Actually, I mean, as much as I would, the amount of icons I would need, dude, I'm not about to put that pressure on you, dude. You got your own work you got to do. I'm that type of person, like, I like to do it myself and create them myself because I have a specific idea and look that I'm going for. But there's also, outside of making like my own icons, like custom icons that I hand created, or using like the free icons from, or buying icons from Fab, one of the things I decided I would do for this mod is use AI generated icons that essentially are using the vanilla icon as its template to create the AI designed one. Because there's the AI icons that I'm used to, that I had before. Actually, I should still have them. Let me see. Echoes of Oblivion. Do I not have? I don't have them anymore. Oh, those are pictures. DevKit. Yeah, I don't have them anymore. I had icons that I made using AI for what I had for Echoes of Oblivion originally, before I started over from scratch. And they came out really well with the color schemes that I was making the weapons and the tools. And so I was able to have icons that semi-matched what I was going for. Which AI was I using? I was using this. I was using Adobe Firefly. Yeah. So I had a subscription to Adobe and Adobe Firefly, and I was able to, yeah, come on, try now, blah blah. So what I would do is I would export the icon from the dev kit, and I would go right here to add image, and I'd look at like this. So I would go for, here's the vanilla beer, right? I'd throw it in here, and I would ensure that I would do a 1x1 square, and that's all I would do. And then I would create a description for the image based on the color and the theme of the mod. and then I would just generate, and it would give me like a selection of like 3 pictures. And if it didn't give me what I was looking for, I would just generate it again, and it would give me a whole new selection. And I did that for every single icon that I was making, for the eggs, for the resource, didn't matter what it was, even the weapon icon. And that's what I would use. Then, actually, so then after I would get the icon, I would go to, where is it? There was another website that I used. Where is it? Ah, right here. I would go to this website right here. Remove.bg. And I would just, you can create an account, log in, and it's completely free. You upload your image here. So let me use, I can use where is desktop? I would just go right here, like say I wanted my logo, right, for the mod, and it would use AI to remove the background from it to the best of its ability, and boom, it's done. Right, so it's all said and done. The background's completely removed. It doesn't always work the majority of the time. So when you make the AI generated icon, you want to try to make sure there's no extra graphics within the picture that would screw it up. And then I just come here, I hit download. I can download a free 500 by 500, which is perfect for an icon, and I can download it as many times as I want. And that's it. And then I would just import them into the dev kit, and there'd be certain little tweaks you can make within the dev kit for the icon itself, and that's it. And the icon will look beautiful in Ark, look beautiful in your crafting hotbar and everything like that. And that's what I would do. That's all I would do for my icons, and they were coming out gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It gave it a real unique look for a mod compared to like what vanilla has and what other mod devs have created from using like the vanilla icons as their template, and then just, or like what I did for Primordial, just changing like the color of the vanilla icon type of thing. I didn't mind doing that for Primordial Unleashed because I was still learning. But once I decided I was going to work on a brand new mod that I wanted to make a premium mod, hopefully, if it gets approved, I was like, I gotta make it way smoother and spicier with like better graphics in terms of icons and hard and stuff like that. So I'll be using that same method again, using Adobe Firefly and that remove.bg website, and simply just using every single icon template for every single weapon and tool and resource I have, and then allowing the AI to generate something to represent what I'm looking for. All right, let's go finish up. So we need to do egg here. Primal item consumable _ echo angler _ fert egg boom death echo that this open that this icon material part parent. I think I'm going to need to do that. No, I'm going to create my own icon. That's right. So I actually don't need this, but I do need this. Copy. Ah! That's not what I wanted. Rename. Echo. Open this up so I can get the colors. Open this. This. All right. Oh, damn it. Copy. Oh, crap. That's a few colors. Nope. Needs to be this. What is this? Yep, we're gonna do it that way. And then change that to that. And that to that. Beautimus. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Compile and save that. Hold on. What the fuck? Egg alert dinos aggro tags. I just realized I don't even need that because these are fertilized eggs. What am I doing? That's interesting. I'm so smart. All right, so maybe see. I think this guy's good. He's got the melee damage. Yep, all that set up. Okay, he's good. Now we need to go to the Ankleo. Okay. Get the egg. Copy that. We need to. Crap. Come on. Let's go ahead and do primal item consumable underscore echo Ankleo underscore bird egg. Change this. Death. I need to change this to echo. Egg. Clear. Oh, which reminds me. Oh, no, not that. Egg. Clear this. This actually does not matter. Got that, got that. Just switch this to this. Oh my gosh, I never renamed this guy because I'm smart. There we go. This is what I need. Okay, I'm gonna open this up and I'm actually going to open this up. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's see how this looks. Could only be 2, right? So if I change this, oh, that's shit. Nope. Yep, I'm gonna have to do it that way. I need that color. I can't have that being dark like that. Yeah, that's perfect for me. Change this. That's changed. Echo, echo, echo. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Oh, shit. That's the aloe. Oh, no, that is right. That's right. Okay, this is it. Change that. All right, now overwritten. That's already done. Now let's double check some stuff. Down damage, melee down damage. Corpse. Okay, good. Corpse. Targeting set. Melee damage should be set. All right, we're good. Because I know the Anki's now aggressive. Oh, the beauty of making dinos. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be right back. Your boy needs to go to the bathroom, so BRB. All right, I'm back. Feel lighter. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and change the death real quick. And then egg. Copy. Alarm symbol. Echo Argent. Clear. Come on. There it goes. All right. We'll use that. Yep, that's perfect. Hey, do you have knowledge about making projectile? Like a custom projectile? Yes and no. I have made projectiles before for Primordial Unleashed, and it was more so it's actually pretty simple. First, if you really think about it. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna actually open up where I did the primordial stuff. All right, that's that. Yeah, I already did all this. Everything's set up with it. Oh, I need to remove. I don't think RGs have wild babies. No, they don't. Okay. Wait, do anglerfish have wild babies? Hold on. Okay, they don't. Okay, cool. Okay, let me open up Primordial real quick. So making a projectile is pretty simple. It's not as complicated as most people may think. But when it comes to projectile damage, if you're talking about like making a projectile for a dino, it gets a little bit more complicated because what's the best way to put it? A projectile for a dino has to be set up a certain way if you want that projectile damage to scale with the dino's melee damage. Does that make sense? So there's a specific way you have to do it. I didn't know this when I made my dinos that have projectiles. So I didn't do it that way. What I did, let me see. Let me get to... Okay, so we have my Nebula Dodo. My Nebula Dodo has a projectile. Okay, because my Nebula tier has a projectile. Oh, the leg. So right here is the graph I used for the projectile. So I added a cube to the front beak of my dino, right? Then I took this graph from ASC and I set it up to where right here my black hole projectile that I created would shoot out of the dinos, out of the front end of the dino. So like basically you saying that if you attack, it's shooting out of its mouth. And I set it up so it goes straight, right? So so when I made this projectile right here is I essentially just took a projectile out of Ark. That's all I did. I used a projectile base. So any projectile that's within Ark, I used it as a base. It doesn't matter what it is. Hello, can you come on? There it goes. So there's really nothing. There's not a lot of things to change in a projectile. So say you take the cannon projectile, right? See, this is my projectile. This is my nebula projectile right here, right? The black hole. This collision right here indicates whenever it hits its target, that's where the damage comes into play. That's essentially what it's saying. You can change the initial speed, the max speed. There's a lot of things you can change in projectile, but all it is a Niagara system, right? It's just a template, projectile template. So it's literally just a Niagara created system or whatever. You have a collision, so it's acting whenever it overlaps a pawn's mesh and capsules. It shows that's what the collision does. It's for the damage. The sphere radius is literally how big the sphere is for its collision to be registered. And then you have weapon config, so you have projectile life, explosion damage, impulse, direct damage, direct impulse, and you have the damage type. So this right here is your main thing. Direct damage. That is the projectile's base damage that it does. So if your projectile direct damage is only set to 10, it's only going to do 10 damage. And because of the way I have it graphed with this little event BP do attack that you have to BP do that you have to set up in here, like you have to enable it do attack. You have to basically enable this for this graph to work. This graph is only going to use the projectile in the manner of it's only going to scale with direct damage. Now you can probably use this graph and have your projectile scale with melee damage if you add it in here. Like it's probably, yeah, you'll probably add it like at the end for it to scale off of its melee damage or something, or maybe right after the projectile is spawned. But another way to get your projectile to spawn is looking at a wyvern. Let's see, what is it called? Attack info. So the way the wyverns have it set up is they have an attack info created for that specific projectile attack, so the breath attack, but they have it set up using the dino attack, the attack state, and adding the projectile class here. You know, they have it all set up, so you'd have to look at the wyvern because I can't remember exactly per se. But that's they have it set up specifically to where it scales with melee damage, or you can just simply graph it and then create the attack info spot for it, so you can ensure that the dino, when it uses like a left click or a right click or C or an X or whatever, it's doing that attack. Like there's different methods, but projectiles are pretty much easy. Literally just you have plenty of projectiles to use. Let's see. Those are traits. Yeah, so you have like plenty of projectiles to use as a base. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one you can use a freaking arrow projectile template. Show me the power of the dodo. It's not strong. It's literally the power of the dodo is based on its stats. So for this dodo, its status component is where my power comes into play. So these are the base stats that it has with a increased multiplier of 24. But then if you look, its base melee damage is set to 63. But I have the base melee damage for the attack set, for the special attack set to 100. But sadly, it doesn't do shit because the way I have it set up, it doesn't scale that projectile by melee damage. And it's base melee, and I didn't change this, but I'm not really worried about it. But the dodo's strong. But the projectile only does 2,500 damage each hit. I wish I could figure out how to make projectiles fall from the sky, or even make a multi-shot projectile. It's a graph, bro. It's all graphing. Honestly. If EJ had his computer, I would have him send me his graph for that he created for meteors, for the meteors to come down. But essentially, actually, I think I have Lucian Kane created So this is where you can save all your blueprints, blueprint graphs. This is where I get a lot of my blueprints, my graphing from, thanks to Lucian for different things. Right. So like you have, if you look here, I can post this in the chat. Oh, give me a second. Let me post this in the chat for you guys. This is Lucian Kane's, all the graphs Lucian Kane shared from ASC. And some updated ones for ASA. But these graphs can be replicated into ASA because I've already done it. But he has a graph for the meteor attack keybind, meteor attack function, meteor attack VP do attack function. Just implement this function if you don't have it. He says, and then you have meteor shower function, create a new function and name it exactly this meteor shower. Like, let's see, I know he had a different one too. It's multi-use, inventory auto equip saddle. Yeah, he has a lot of different graphs here, and a lot of them, they can be replicated into ASA 100%. So if y'all want to go through that and check it out, you're more than happy to, man. They're out there in the public. You just need to know where to look, type of thing. So, but projectiles are really easy. It's use a, I just say, like, hypothetically, just use an arrow as your base and change the projectile mesh into just being a Niagara template, pretty much. And then just change the damage. Yeah, no problem, man. Dude, you'd be amazed what you find from the old days from ASC that people have also used for ASA on the, especially in the modding Discord community for Ark. Bro, I do so much research and I find so many things that I literally utilize to this day that have shown me, oh shit, I didn't know I could do this. Oh crap, now I have the idea, I can take this and change it for this, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Give me a second. I got Jolly Rancher. I gotta get my Jolly Rancher fixed. Hold on. But yeah, but it's out there for all modders. And there's a lot of modders have that blueprint website, and they've put graphs out there. It's just a matter of, you just gotta find them. You gotta do your research and try to search for specific things that they may have published, or try to find the publisher actual name of the author and stuff. So, all right, let me get back to these dinos, fixing the things I forgot to do for these dinos. Well, I'm telling you, dude, like, you'd be shocked if I keep doing these dev kit streams. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be one of those things that you guys are gonna start changing your, if you're working on Dino Overhaul mods, which I know you two are, you're gonna be listening to like my ideas and you're like, dude, I can do it this way, I might do this. You're gonna start changing stuff to where everybody that plays your mods are gonna do exactly what they did to me and be like, dude, you're so evil for doing this. And it's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, sweet, he does have fertilized eggs. We'll change this. Thermal item consumable. All right, that. Add that here. That's why I love working with like other modders and like talking and discussing what I'm doing. Like, I'm never worried that a mod author is gonna steal my idea, because it's stupid to think that way, first off. But second, it's like, bro, that idea might work for the way they're creating their mod, but they're not gonna take it verbatim. They're gonna customize it to where that idea that you gave them fits their idea for their mod. There are too many modders out there that literally just gatekeep everything. Yes, man. What is it? I'm good, Mama. Thank you, though. All right, finally, Jesus. All right, let's see. So I can color. We'll do. That's so weird, dude. I didn't know the egg moved. That's creepy. That's really creepy. This one, paste. Come on. Am I gonna have to like restart my dev kit because it's been up for too long? Only been open for an hour. Why is it lagging this much right now? What is happening? All right, that's done. The eggs changed. I did the death. It's a carnivore, so it already targets corpses. Oh, wild babies. Overwritten. Yeah, he doesn't have them, so cool. All right. Next, Elberionics. Where's the death? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Echo. And then we'll change this to egg. I'm on table. Da, 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 da. You know what I just realized? I didn't do something over here. Right here. Didn't change that. I'm such a smart bean. Copy this. Come on. There it goes. Yep. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. That. This. It's here. File. Alright. Now this is overwritten. You don't have babies. Did all that. Alright, sweet. Okay. Now is the I don't know who this is. Who is FaceTiming me right now? 903-646-3410. Here's the Discord Slayer. What that graph mean? Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. That's nobody I know. I have some random number calling me. Give me 1 second. Freaking weird ass people, man. All right. Yeah, but the issue is I don't know how to identify which is the correct variable for it, especially for objects. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me look at this graph. What is happening? What does this graph mean? Dino item spawn in inventory on Wander for Ark will spawn a single item of a random amount of 0 to 5 in a dino's inventory only if teamed and placed on Wander. Place this inside Dino PP needs to have a custom event called add item that is also listed in the timer's function name. Oh. All right, so you don't understand this graph. Okay, so let's talk about this. The issue I have when importing graphs from the website is that it doesn't give you the variables that you need, that are needed for the function to work. Technically, you're right. They don't give you the variables, but there is a way to go about it, and I'll show you. So let me explain this graph right here. Okay, what this is saying, okay, and I can show you real quick. Let me open up the Basilo. And let me minimize this a little bit. Ah, damn it. Okay. So basically what this is saying is you'll copy, okay? You'll copy all this into your dev kit, right? This is the wrong dino to use as an example because he already has graphing in it. Give me the Anki. All right. So we're going to take this graph. We're going to copy it, come into the event graph, and we're going to paste it. As you can see, it's all broken, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put it all together. But essentially what this graph is doing, okay? What this graph does is you're creating the Basilo. Perfect example, okay? This guy right here, over time, will generate oil within its body, right? It will be passively generating oil over a certain amount of time. And it does that through its tamed inventory BP. It has its own custom dino inventory, custom dino tamed inventory component that is set up specifically for this dino to passively generate resources within its body. I don't even have to actually have this in there. So what this graph is doing is allowing you to give that ability to any dino. That's essentially what it's doing. Okay. So what you have here, you have basically an event begin play. You give it a 0.2 delay. And then you have set timer, right? because that's what this said. Timer is set in seconds. 400 equals 6.5 minutes, right? That's why you say time right here, 400. Function name is add item. What this means, it's going to call this function. That's why they said to create a custom event, because this custom event is the function. Okay, that's what they're saying here, where it needs to have a custom event called specifically add item. So they created a custom event, they added it, they changed the name to be add item, and then they graphed it all to where it's all this. But it has to be, but the way that they set it up is they created an and, it needs to be tamed, it cannot be dead, it cannot be asleep. Enabled tamed wandering must be tamed wandering must be enabled. They made it as that's the condition for the branch. Then they set it to true and said BP increment item template quantity. They made sure that the target was going to be within the inventory component of said dino. They gave it a range integer of amount between 0 and 5. And they gave the item template to be, you can make the item whatever you want. So essentially every 400 seconds or every 6.5 minutes, it's what it's saying is every 6.5 minutes, it's going to generate between 0 and 5 rare flowers. So this is basically a passive generating dino, or sorry, wandering generating dino. But you can do this for different things, to where you can set it up to where as long as it's tamed, you can literally just remove enable wander. And as long as it's tamed, it will passively generate an item based on your timer. There's different ways to do this, but that's essentially what it is. It's just a wandering generation resource machine. That's basically. Yeah, of course. This is actually a good graph. That's actually freaking awesome. I might actually use this. Saving it. That's awesome. I didn't even know this thing existed. Dino Aurora color? Now I'm curious. Oh, this is a material. Whoa. Oh, I don't even want that. That's crazy. Excuse me. Now, let me see. I kind of cheated this by copying the Acatina's tamed inventory component and edited it without having... Yes! I did the same thing with the... I took the Basilos tamed inventory component and used that for dinos to passively generate. That's what I did. That's how I created my my soul bugs and my eye bugs, is they have the template for that. Oh, no, not them. What dino is it? I created a dino specifically for it. Oh, my tribute dino for Tiny is called Sam Squatch, and it passively generates all the dies in Ark within its inventory. That's what I did. But the graphing comes in handy too, because you can essentially that's specifically making it for wander. Tamed inventory components, normally they're not set up that way unless it's like the Acatina, because the Basilo is just passive generation. So like this guy right here is literally just sitting there developing oil within its body over time. I need to change the death. But yeah, that website, dude, there's so many graphs on it. You just got to know what you're looking for. Okay, this does, is this a, okay, this person's a gestation, so that's cool. I think, yeah, this guy's a gestation too. Oh shit, should I give him pelt? I should add pelt to it. Okay, I'll add pelt to it. I'm looking at the meteor function. That's hard to identify which variable I'm. Okay. I'm glad you reminded me. But I'm making the scorpion elemental boss right now, poison type, and I wanted to make it rain poison balls from the sky. Okay, let me pull up this. All right, meteor attack function. Okay, right here. So, oh gosh. So you see this? This is what the function is, right? So projectile center, projectile meteor shower projectile spawn distance multiplier, and meteor shower projectile. So 1, 2, 3. Those three are variables, right? Let me do this. See this keybind. I'm not really worried about that. BP do attack. Okay. So this is the function for BP to do attack. So basically, meteor attack index, which basically this right here is saying what attack information index, which I'll show you. Oh gosh, attack info. So basically, when you see this, which says meteor attack index, it's going to be talking about this right here. Index 0, index 1, index 2, however many attacks are here. And so whichever one your meteor would be attached to, your index that you created. So if it's 0 or it's 1 or 2 or 3, that's what it's talking about. So that would be its own variable. The projectile count, minimum and max, which is right here. If it's a set, that means this meteor shower current projectiles to spawn, that itself is a variable, and looks like it's an integer. Then it has two more variables right here for minimum projectile count, maximum count, and then you have in the timer to where meteor shower loop time is a variable itself as well. And then let's see. When you go to the actual meteor function itself, why that was over there, I don't know. So it looks like they're repeating the what you have over here, because this is the BP do attack function, and this is just a regular meteor function. So it's using some of the same variables as it did before. Oh, this isn't even connected to anything. So I don't even know why that's there. But so you have meteor shower current count as a whatchamacallit, as a variable, meteor shower current projectiles to spawn as a variable. And yeah. So you have these two as a function because this is the same thing as this. So you just have to make them variables. So when you're copying them, like if I was to take this, so it's a BP do attack. It looks like it's yeah, this is a function. So we'll cut like so for this echo beaver. If I do this, I want to add a function. We're going to name this function. Oh, hold on. Delete BP do attack. Yeah, so we can search functions here. If you click the down bar, just search BP do attack. And it's going to bring you to this event right here. And basically all you're doing is copying. Well, oh yeah, that's right. So we can delete this. You have the attack index. So we're going to copy all this. We're going to paste it. Oh gosh. All we really need, we don't need this, we don't need this.
Our intention was to make an
As you can see, a lot of the stuff didn't copy over, but it's because they are variables. So you have to create your own variables and just use this as your template. So you'll just create. So for in this case, well, so I'll just go ahead and do a temporary thing. So what is it? Meteor attack index. So we'll do change the name, meteor attack index, and we'll switch it to integer, and then we can drag it out, and we can do a set. You know, you can drag it out, do a get. If we compile it, this meteor attack index, you can just set it to whatever it is. That's pretty much all it is. It's pretty much all we're doing. That's all you really need to do to set it up. You're just creating the variables yourself while also creating the functionality yourself as well. But even if the graph that you copied doesn't all convert over into your dev kit, it's not that hard to recreate it, because this is literally just a set of that specific variable that he created. That's all. That's all it is. Like this right here, all he did was right click this and promoted it to a variable and renamed it to be loop time. That's all. So it's not that hard to set it up. It's just it's one of those, you just gotta play with it, because it's like these are like this right here. This is a custom event. That's all this is. That's a custom event. You have the attack binds right here. This right here is BP do attack event, and this right here is a custom event. Yeah, see. So this create a new function and name it exactly meteor shower. That's pretty much what this is. And then you can easily just set up. You can literally just go, okay, BP, you know, have an event connect to this function, which is an event itself. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, big footage gestation. I gotta add pelt to this. Harvesting component. Echo. Okay, Karcha. Hope that makes sense, Maffle. Hope I was able to help you understand how to do the functions, because that's all that is. Functions and variables, I should say. I just needed to know what the variable types that the meteor attack function is using, either the scene component or just something else. That's all I needed to know. But thanks for rally. Yeah, the variables they're using, or sorry, the variables that he was using, from the looks of it, was primarily integers, integer style variables. Yeah, they're all integers. That's all he's using. He's using integers to keep the count rather than a float or something. He's using just the integers. So like you can tell the difference. Like the time is a float number. Then you have this, the last, like for this Karcha, this is using integers. Then you have float and stuff like that. Oh no, the function graph, meteor attack function goes, meteor attack function. Where is it? I just closed it, didn't I? My bad. Meteor attack function. Ah, this one. Yeah. So from the looks of it, distance. Why is it blue? Yeah, so basically, let me do this. So event graph. I'm gonna copy this. Hold on. So what he did was custom event. All right, added custom event. He named it MC underscore meteor shower, I think. Oh, meteor shower projectile. And so he has it as a multicast. I'm going to say that's also enabled. I'm not entirely sure because I don't do graphing as much as I should be. But it looks like he created a new variable, named it meteor projectile center. It might be a float actually. Let me delete this. So let me try something. Get world location. That's what he did. So if I delete this, you can, so if you just get the function, you can easily right click the function, promote it to a variable, and rename it. So this one would be meteor projectile center. And there's that. And it says get world rotation. So he did it that way. So from here, looks like he did multiply, which is this. So from this, it's spawn actor. Spawn actor and world. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, I need to see this better because I'm fucking... Stop it! Alright. So, let's see. Move this up here. Spawn actor. Yeah, so he's doing spawn actor from class. And this is what he's doing up here. So... So from there, he's had this multiply. He's doing this as random unit vector. Let me compile this real quick. Okay. Looks like it looks like it could be a float. So this is the target. So this might be spawn distance. Yeah, so all he did was right here for the spawn distance, since we're using random integer. All he did was promote this to a variable. And he said, and he just renamed it. So you got new variable, rename meteor shower projectile spawn distance. Oh, he's doing spawn distance multiplier. All right, yeah, there you go. Glad I could help. Yeah, that's all it is it's like if you look for the specific nodes, you can just easily figure it out for yourself, honestly. Like if you really think about it this way. This right here, the get world and get world rotation. In reality, this target, you can literally target itself. Like you should be able to target itself if I'm not mistaken. Self-reference, no. What is it? What is it? Instigator? Can I do a self-ref? Self-ref. Get self-reference. No. Well, yeah, I hope that makes sense, but that's pretty much what it is. He was just creating his own variables, essentially. From based on how that was turning out to be, it was just getting his own variables, renaming them, promoting his own variables and shit like that. So hopefully that me running through it like that shows you what you need to, what you possibly need to do. So, okay, I don't need this no more. Hashtag Ark. Nope. Okay, what am I missing here? Death. I'm glad it makes sense, man. All right, I did that. This guy, he does have an egg, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Primal item consumable. Oh, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Archar. Need to make sure the name is right. Description. Yep, okay. Egg here, compile. Egg. Echo. Not having this long ass guide for shaking name. Jesus. Clear. This. And I need this. Well, I can't wait to see your new bosses, man. And hopefully the meteor attack works. I gotta find out, get a hold of EJ and figure out. Oh, that doesn't. Why does that look so wrong? No, yeah, it looks good. I gotta get with EJ and find out when he's coming back so I can see how he did it. Yeah, that's very true. Going through trial and error is kind of like the modding thing to do, you know what I mean? Like that's what we live for when it comes to trying to create something that doesn't naturally exist in Ark. This guy, I don't think the Karcha has babies, right? Oh, okay. Alright, Karcha is done with all the egg stuff. I don't think I checked Bigfoot and Beaver for the overrides for the babies. Let me check these guys real quick. I've been wanting to learn graphing for a while now. Dude, I am the same way. Graphing, yep, that's what I thought. Graphing has been something that I've really wanted to dive into. So, learning it is like just to be able to create stuff like what Wildcard has created with all these different functionalities, having their own different, knowing what each variable does and knowing what these like different current variable types do is also a good thing to learn. And I mean, the best way I've learned so far, outside of what Slushy has taught me and my own grasp and understanding of looking at a graph and being like, okay, so this is what this does. This is what I should be looking for this type of thing. Understanding when they do like the break attack information stuff. Like there's a ton of different ways to graph something. And no graph will ever be the same unless you're just copying and pasting somebody else's work. You know what I mean? So like Slushy can create something similar to what, say, you created, but his way in doing it and his method might be either more overly complicated to graph because of the specificness of what he's trying to do, or it may be 10 times simpler than what you created, but it all does the same thing. You know, it ends up having the same result, just designed in a different method. Okay, so we got the eggs are done. Dino harvesting component, that's what I needed to do. I need to add pelt to this. Duplicate. Pelt. Yeah, the end result will always be the same. Like that's the same thing with the loot system. You have Omega that has a similar loot system to some degree. Primal Nemesis will now have a loot system whenever he pushes his patch, because he created one for his mod in the way that he wanted. And my mod will have a loot system, and there's other mods that have their own kind of MMORPG loot systems within them. The way it's designed within the graphs will always be different across the board, but it will always end up with the same outcome and effect. You know what I mean? So regardless, it's going to be one of those, like, everybody might be using the same things, but to reach that end goal of what they wanted, it's going to be crazily different. Everybody's going to have a different method. Some people may have simpler methods of reaching that functionality. Some may have just brute forced their way into it. Like, it's all different stuff. All different stuff. Okay. We only made one dino so far. Because I had to go back and fix all the other ones. All right. Let's do this. Do. All righty. Get some more stuff done. Change that. What is this? Why are the different carnos? Oh, that was a skeletal mesh. What the fuck? Over here. Copy. Oh, damn it. Stop it. Alrighty. Alright, so we need this. We need to get this right here. Oh, excuse me. Alright, critical sets component. Paste. Here. Delete this. Compile. Right. Let's get this dino looking the way I want it. Beautiful, you little mini T-Rex. All right, description. Echo Dino name tag. All right. Death. We need this. Dino drop inventory component. That there. Open this up. Treasure map? Dude, I don't care for this. What the fuck? Delete the treasure map. What the f- What the fuck did I just do? Oh, okay. Fucking Jesus. So confused right there. Okay, that's done. That's done. That's already set. That's set. All right, let's do death. Oh, I'm already there, so this one needs to be echo. And inventory. Yes, ma'am. Babe, what are you doing? What's that? What's that, mamas? You wanna come over here? Okay. Hey. Excuse you. Dino settings. You're just watching me. You're bored. You're watching your show or no?
Yeah. But it's the last episode of Hell's Kitchen that they have. I just want to see who. I don't really care.
I just want to know the winner.
I want to see if it's this gay guy who won. Are you following me?
She is following you everywhere.
I know.
No, the dogs are gonna follow you. I mean, they know you're pregnant.
Duh.
Oh no, she cares.
She's also pissed.
Why?
I think she's pissed.
Why do you think she's mad?
Because she'll love on me. And she's put her head on my stomach before. And I'm asking to kick her. She's pissed.
That's how you know that the baby knows the dog's there and the dog knows the baby there.
She's getting busier. Just don't curl up next to me. I mean, she's not busy.
Oh, that's funny. Overwritten. Wait. Oh, I didn't spell that right. I did that already. I need to remove that. Did that. The egg. What'd you do? Is that why you're breathing hard?
Don't don't got no corn. No.
Yeah, because there's a baby there.
You know, women's body like splits in half, right? When they're pregnant.
Huh? That doesn't sound right at all. I understand it's true, but it splits in half. That's so weird.
You have like a gap in between us, but it's where you can't use your cord.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
You have like an open gap.
Making my dinos. Setting it all up. I had to go back through all of the ones I made because I forgot to create their fertilized egg, and then I had to set up a universal harvesting component so when you kill them and harvest their bodies, you can get shit from them. And one of the things I have to do. Oh crap! What did I just realized something. Son of a bitch! I won't be able to do it this way. No, I can, and I can truly make it a pain in the ass and make you kill shit. Nope, I'm good. I got it. Nope, don't worry about it. Well, okay, so one of the things I was gonna do. This dino's done. Hold on. I wanted to make it to where when you kill one of these dinos, you have a chance within its inventory to get the saddle blueprint or an actual saddle from the dino for the dino in its inventory as part of like of the death prizes.
Okay.
And originally, I was gonna add other things too. I was gonna add the armors in here to have a chance to drop from these dinos, some ammo, the weapons, the the tools themselves, and not this, but pretty much just that. Just these 5 things technically. It'd be 5 things, so I have to get the saddles too. And I was like, well, each dino is gonna have their own saddle drop for them. But if I did that, I would have to make a copy of this for every single one dino. But I made a master component. So I guess in reality, I can just set it up to where all of those dino saddles are in there, and you have to, it's a randomized chance. You have to kill a lot of shit, you won't find your saddle. But, oh yeah, armor, duplicate, saddle. Yep, I just have to set them up on this, I guess. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and set up my mod data asset before don't do this shit. Additional spawn weights. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's not it. Do. You okay, Bubba? Alright, that's done. Remap. NPCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So it's messing up perfectly made.
Your perfectly made bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need more than 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's going on, man? Is this gonna be a new overhaul? Yes, this is a new overhaul I'm working on that I hope I can get approved for premium. It's called Echoes of Oblivion. Just now I just started rebuilding it from scratch just a few weeks ago. But yeah. Hello character P. What is this? Wrangler. Ah, crap. I'm gonna have to do. Okay, I'm just gonna do all the. I'm gonna do the main ones first. Argent. Character BP. Ah, crap. Why is there 2 different ones? Oh. Is that the right one? What's that? Oh, Jesus. Argent. Snow RG. Oh, it's a Genesis thing. Got it. Arthro character P. What's up, bro? You want me to get off? No? Carno. But it's not spawning where my Scorpion boss is, so I gotta figure that. That is location. That is gonna be all in your location, brother. So open up this Carno real quick. Where is? Let me get that. Let me pull up the. Let me pull up the thing. Hold on. This one. Yeah. So look, I'm gonna show you this. God dang it! Oh, what the frick am I doing? Did I close it? I did close it. You some bitch. All right. So make. Okay. So let's do it from this. So we got spawn actor. What was it? Spawn actor class? I think it's class. Nope, that is not what I wanted. What did we say? It was custom event. Not worried about that. Spawn actor. Yeah, spawn actor from class. So spawn transform. You're gonna do make transform. So right here, make transform, right? So this is where you get your location, right? So you're gonna take this, you're gonna add. Oh gosh. So you're gonna add. You're gonna go from here. You're gonna get world location, and make the get world location your mesh. So you don't have to create a variable for that. And then from here, you're gonna multiply. You're gonna multiply here. And then from here, you're gonna do random unit vector. think this is one of those that if you create this float set, oh, not set, sorry. Do a get, put it here. Yeah. You can do a set multiplier number here because you're getting the location of the get world of where the mesh is. And then also from here, you're going to get world rotation. Oh, that is not it. Get world rotation is my opinion, is what I think it is. Put it here. And then, of course, you can just do this, promote to variable. You got your class. So it's using your projectile class. And yeah, so this should work, essentially. Is that how yours looks, Maffle? Because so to get the world, I did just the mesh, so wherever the thing is. So rather than creating your own target variable, I just use the get world to be off the mesh itself. So wherever the mesh is located, it should spawn, and then that should work. But you also could, and then you have the, the variable you made. If you make a new variable as a float, connect it right here so it multiplies. There you go. So it's working though. Like, you're getting the meteors. Like, it's working the way it should be, right? That's what you're saying? Got to get it in the sky now. So that's what I think that's where the multiplier comes into play. That this right here, the spawn projectile spawn distance multiplier, I think that's where that comes into play. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I think this, if you just increase your multiplier, it should spike it up. So hopefully everything moves up. But you could always probably break it up too, to where like you probably don't even need this. You know what I mean? And oh, where is it? So let's do. So if we come back here, right? If we don't have that variable, you know what I mean? You have this. You could just have this how it is and play with the whatever axis is for up and down. So whether it's the Z axis, I think it's the Z axis, and you can just set that up. You know what I mean? Shoot the Z axis up in the sky, see if that works, rather than having a variable here on this pin. Because then it's just gonna, all it's gonna do is it's gonna add that location right here to where your mesh is, since you're getting the world location, and it should spawn it right, since it's spawning at the mesh, it should spawn up. So it should be like increasing the Z axis to like 100 or something. Does that make sense? And keep in mind, I am totally guessing at this point with my knowledge of how I'm understanding the graph. So trial and error, man, trial and error. All right, we've done a lot. Even though it doesn't seem like we've done a lot today. I have to rewatch what you've said. I'm just sorting out the meteor settings right now. Yeah, it's just when you yeah, if you go back through the stream at whenever it's a VOD, or you can rewind the stream since it's it's live. I'm just basically saying where you're getting the distance multiplier variable from that the graph was saying that you needed. If you remove that variable from that specific location, you can just mess with the Z axis, which is, from my understanding, the up and down, increase it to like 100 or something, and see if it spawns the meteors from up above. And everything like that. So hopefully it works out, man. You definitely need to send a video in the dev chat, man, and show us how it's working once you get it to where you like it. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. We got a lot done. We had to go back through and fix all the dinos we previously made. We made 2 new ones. We fixed some resources, made some more master components, and started figuring out 7 things. But we got a long way to go to revitalize the majority of all the writable vanilla dinos that we're gonna make. So there will be a lot of me working on stuff and things offline, especially if I can't stream that day for whatever reason. Like, I made the slow effect when we were offline real quick before I went to work one day and everything like that. I wanted to remind you guys that we have a donation goal that I have right here. It is a pretty massive donation goal. It's set to right now $3,000. The reason for that, oh gosh, what is this? Oh, that's extras. I'm not worried about that. The reason why the goal is set so high, I wanted to go over this again in the stream. It's my newborn stay-at-home fund. It's basically the $3,000 is what we pay a month right now in terms of bills, primarily because of my car payment. Car payment's really high, but me and the wife are just we're putting that there if anybody feels like they want to be generous and help us with this goal. Similar to like how we posted in the Discord news that we have baby registries, so if anybody wanted to buy some stuff and to send us for our newborn from the baby registries, they could, since we consider all you guys family. And the donation goal or tip goal or whatever you want to call it is so I can stay at home not full time, but essentially stay at home with the wife and my newborn baby whenever she's born for the entire month of December and still be able to pay those bills, pretty much taking off a month of work. So, and essentially we have backup plans already in motion to prepare us just in case this donation goal doesn't get hit, because it's gonna go on until December 1st when I take my full-time my work time off to stay home for whenever my baby's born and to stay home for the first couple weeks of being home from the hospital with my newborn girl and being here for my wife while she recovers from giving birth. So I just wanted to let y'all know you can donate through PayPal in the description, and it will register in the donation goal. If you do it over CashApp, it's not going to register in the donation goal, but I'll keep my own like updated personal notes like my notes and shit to know that, hey, this donation goal is really at this point because of CashApp donations too. So if y'all want to help us out and help donate to us, even if it's $1, man, please feel free to. There's no obligation to do so. Keep an eye out. Starting next week, I will be having the rotation isn't correct. It's shooting forward instead of down. So you'll have to mess with the rotation then. That's all. It's probably because you're getting the world rotation. So rather than getting world rotation, you would need to just get rid of the get world rotation and just use the rotation itself and play with the X, Y, and Z axis. It's the same thing with the location part, to where you get the world location from where the mesh is, and then you just mess with the X, Y, Z axis for the multiply. It's pretty much all it is. Just playing trial and error. Trial and error with like removing little things to play with it so you can get it how you want it, type of thing. But I think if you do it even with the get world rotation, yeah, you should be able to do it that way for sure. But I just wanted to let y'all know that, remind you guys. And starting next week, I will be recording again, so you'll see more Ark DevKit video tutorials for things that I've learned as of recently, or things that I've done recently, or things that you may not have known and may have wanted videos about a while back. We'll also be posting our playthrough videos for Ark Survival Ascended as well. Probably going to do playthrough videos of Primordial Unleashed, and because probably won't be streaming it, because Battlefield's coming out October 10th, and I'm only going to be doing Ark DevKit modding streams Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend I'm going to be streaming Arma until Battlefield comes out, essentially. So the Primordial Unleashed playthrough I was starting through streams will start turning into videos, and I'll have the Extinction Core videos coming as well that I had a playthrough started that I'll finish. I'll be doing mod reviews based on Dino Overhaul mods I've played. So those mod developers who may be watching those videos will see that I have my own critiques for their mod and my own ideas they can implement if they choose to for those Dino Overhaul mods I'm playing. Just because as a modder, I'm going to see it from a player's perspective as well as a mod dev perspective. And I feel like that's a very, very unique way of doing things, since not a lot of mod developers play their own mods these days. But I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys always stopping by for the streams, for the little bit of time that you may show up. Once some new games come out, or I feel like I can stream those games and be loud and just be my old goofy self, I'll definitely be doing more gaming streams and gaming videos and all that stuff. But you know, I live in a house with a pregnant wife and a mom, my mom, pretty much. So I can't be loud. I can't stream long periods of times. I can't stream overnight. I gotta be quiet for the sleeping beauties in the rooms. But I will catch y'all guys. I won't be here tomorrow. We have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So I will catch y'all Friday, all right? Y'all have a good day, good week. I'll see y'all then. Later, guys.
The lights go dim, but the fire still glows. Another night, another soul who knows that every heart here fought some fight. We found each other in the fading light. So thank you for the time you gave, for showing up, for staying brave. We're not alone on highs or lows. It's you may end, but the love still grows. Until next time, we're still standing with you, still standing with you. You brought your heart, your story, your flame, and left a mark that won't fade away. Through every tear and every cheer, you're the reason we're still here. So thank you for the time you gave, for showing up, for staying brave. We're not alone on highs or lows. It's you may end, but the love still grows. Until next time, we're still standing with you. Yeah, still standing with you.
No matter the storm, the shadows, the fighting, you're never alone. Good night. Good night.